Hi AJ, Daphne here. Thanks for sending in your next essays and your lovely corrections. Well done with that. That's fantastic. Now here, in many countries, traditional foods are being replaced by fast food. This has a negative impact on families, individuals, society. To what extent do you agree, disagree? So it's an opinion essay. Okay, that's lovely there. Now, you've got the template, which is fantastic. This does make the essay quite long, but as we go through, and you write more, we can cut out bits of the template or change it a bit so that we can have lots of your words and not all template. Okay, so experts have debated that junk foods are replacing authentic food. Now, not debated that, here it's debated whether, because it's a question. Debated whether, and I would join these together, food and while, these are quite nice. Some believe it has an adverse effect. Personally, I strongly agree. Well done on paraphrasing. You changed the words here, which is fantastic. But you do have to give me a bit more, due to something. Otherwise, all you're doing is paraphrasing the question. And to get a good band score, you need to do more than that. Paraphrasing the question is not quite enough. Due to, we could have health issues and or maybe loneliness, or the disappearance of family traditions, something like that. I mean, that's just an idea, but you need to put in something like why. Then essay will argue affects social lives. Okay, good. Using examples. Now, here, strongly suggest you use examples from where you live. Okay, if you're in India, maybe, I don't know where you are, tell me where you are. But depending on where you are, use an example from where you live, because that makes it more real immediately. Okay, make these essays real and true. On one hand, there's ample evidence that these ready-to-eat foods could create more harm to one's health. Potential reasons twofold. Firstly, they are prepared by adding taste enhancers, good, to bring out the flavour, without adding the flavour of their own. Do you mean instead of relying on freshly prepared ingredients which would be found in home cooking? So you're kind of comparing the two here. So here, nice grammar I'm adding in, instead of relying, ing, freshly prepared ingredients, which would be found. So I'm adding in some quite nice kind of conditional structures almost there. So this, I'm not sure what you mean there. Secondly, many preservatives, it would be a lot of, but that's a bit informal. Many preservatives are added to keep these foods fresh for a longer duration. Which means what? So expand here, which means that what? The chemicals are bad for you, this sort of thing. 90% of all chemicals, exactly. So make the connection here with chemicals and then go into that example, which is fine. Although these foods are very tasty, they come with high saturated fat, which has direct impact. Good. Okay. Now, I know this is in the template. That's all fantastic. But what I don't like here, and I'm sorry to Ben, okay, is that we've got although and although. Yeah, it's just making it heavy to read. You don't need to do it twice, so you do either here or here, okay? On the other hand, so here I would amend this, and I would say, despite various health issues, such as food content and obesity, okay, comma, there are, spelling today is bad, sorry, there are some disadvantages, so I would take out that, so I would go, despite various health issues, okay, so I've said what they might be, the positive impact on these films cannot be overstated, because most working professionals, you don't need of the, most working professionals prefer to have food on their way to or from work. Why? Yeah, Why? Because it's convenient, because it's quick. So you must answer that. 90% of us said, ooh, okay, I think that's quite high. I would just move that down to around 65. I think it's a bit unrealistic. Yeah, is that it gives more options to people rather than follow the same diet. Okay, so I would take out that sentence, AJ, and I would add some content here. You need more here. This is a little bit too much template and not enough you. Okay, what we also need to discuss here, yes, you've talked about health, but what you haven't talked about is the impact on the family and society. Lots of people do this. It's very common, but it's very important here that we talk about this as well. So you've talked about traditional, like fast food isn't great, but you need to address this, the negative impact on these people. So the negative impact on society is health. Yeah. So you want to go into this unfit for human consumption, leading to increased illness and pressure on hospitals. So that could be a comment on about society, because that's not good for the hospitals if everybody is suffering from obesity. Okay. I also need to stress this idea about the family bond. Okay. So because of the convenience, however, this trend is resulting in reduced time for family meals and conversations. So at the very least, I could have something like this to show the impact on the family. So families aren't as close as they might have been because people are eating at their desks or eating on their own. So this is why sometimes we have to take out bits of the template. So consistent with this line of thinking is great, but it's a lot of words. And really, if you're going for a high band score, I want your words. Okay. So I firmly believe that although so here, we don't need another although. Yeah. So I don't think you need that. I think you need to go back onto some of these good points here. Yes, this is interesting. That will continue to grow. Yeah, will continue to grow, not be at, but grow at. And will increasingly grow in importance. Yeah. I think that's a nice final line there. Okay, so good essay. I think there's a bit of tightening up we need to do to get this into the band 7, but good work there. Let's have your. Okay, you can put them both on the same page for me if you can, and that'd be great. Let me just go and find it. Okay, so you recently took a trip to another city. You had a plan to visit your friend. You couldn't. Write a letter. Okay, apologise for not being able to meet. Give your reasons. How you can meet some other time. Okay. Dear Susan, hope to find you good health. I'm writing to say sorry because I wasn't able to meet you. Nice. As I'd informed you earlier. Bit formal. Okay. As I might have said. Yeah, that's quite nice. I might have said it. Nice grammar in there. This was a package trip and they had to keep a very tight schedule. They put as many places as possible in order to keep their promise. In order to keep the promise. It's funny enough, it's actually just the, not there. Either keep their promise full stop or the promise they made during our booking. Initially, I did ask for permission with our TripAdvisor if they could give us a couple of hours free time, but they denied it up front, saying it was not allowed. So past tense, reported speech, it was not allowed. Okay, this is very beautiful. Well done, you. How long? Okay, fine. Since we couldn't meet this time, I think we should plan for a get-together next summer holidays. Looking forward to hearing from you on this, and please suggest if you have a better idea. Oh, that's so nice. That's absolutely perfect letter. Really confident writing there. Now, if it's a friend, would you put all this? Is this all your name, or is Kunjur your surname? In which case, put your Christian name because it's a friend. Okay, so because it's a friend, we can go informal writing. So I might just change that and go, hi, how are you? Or hope you're doing okay in this difficult time. You can just go something like a bit more friendly that you might write to a friend. Okay, but super letter. Well done, AJ. Good work.